Hello, beautiful Virgos. This is your tarot reading for the month of April 2020, or whenever you happen to be catching this. My name is Jenny, and this is a brand new YouTube channel. So, welcome. Hopefully something I have to share with you will resonate. If you happen to have stumbled upon this video, I'm sure that there will be something in here for you. So before I started this recording, I was meditating and checking in with your energy, and I felt a bit of trickster energy coming from you, Virgos. So I don't know if you are feeling extra feisty, if the circumstances have sort of gotten you to where you're like kind of picking on people a little bit just to sort of get out some of this like pent up energy that you've had. But I invite you to sort of check yourself and get to the root of where that energy is coming from, especially if it's causing problems in your personal relationships. And there are times and places for when that trickster energy is like super welcome, and then there are some times when that little jokester in you that comes out that can potentially cause some issues in your life. And I happen to be a big fan of when that jokester energy comes out. But I think people are feeling extra sensitive right now. And so just be a little bit cautious, okay? Hope this background isn't too obnoxious. I play around with a little bit of like video editing and stuff like that, and I'm recording this video in Zoom. So I wanted to include a background that I thought was pretty cool. So if it's too obnoxious, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I kind of dig it, but I don't have like a green screen or anything behind me, so I know that like whenever I move, it's going to be like a little bit weird. So, oh, my dog is down here whining. I'm sure you'll get to meet her at some point. Gigi, you can't come up here right now. Okay, so we are going to pull an animal spirit card from Kim Kranz, and then to sort of get your overall energy for the month, and then we'll check in with the Light Seers Tarot, and then we'll pull a few oracle cards. So you'll have to excuse me. Let me get my dog. Okay, Virgo, I'm back and I am ready to do your April 2020 reading. I think my animals are settled in, except for now my cat is being like super feisty. So I think she's probably like picking up on your feisty Virgo energy. Okay, so sea serpent. Ooh. Can you see that? Sea serpent. Such a glare. There we go. That's such a beautiful card. So sea serpent has to do with the way that we are expressing ourselves emotionally. It's how our wounds and our fears are showing up in our lives. And so earlier when I was talking about this sort of jokester, prankster, trickster energy that is showing up for some of you, and I was suggesting that you spend a little bit of time getting to the root of that problem, that's where sea serpent comes in. It's like what energy is guiding how you are showing up in the world. And this is a really powerfully healing time for so many, as we're sort of forced into these different environments, different schedules, different ways of operating within our own lives. And part of the work that we are to be doing right now is this really deep inner work. And so this frustration and angst that you might be feeling right now, that's sort of causing your ornery side to come out, and potentially causing problems in your life, will be soothed as soon as you acknowledge the hurt, acknowledge where the hurt is. And, you know, we all have, this is like no judgment or anything. We all have these wounds that we carry around, and we're sort of constantly peeling back the layers. And each time we can heal a little more and heal a little more. But it just takes time and patience and actually a lot of love and care for ourselves. And I think that there's this very nurturing motherly energy that is coming through during this time when there's so much strife and trauma and sadness and grief in the world, because we're going through this cycle of death, right? And so mother energy is super strong right now as Mother Nature sort of is trying to rebalance her own self. We're also being asked to rebalance and recenter ourselves as well. I'm also picking up on a little bit of like sexual frustration. And I don't know, maybe this is just for a small portion of you, but there's a little bit of misdirected or unhealthy sexual energy that is being brought to the surface right now. And I'm getting that maybe some of you are using sex as a way to escape, and almost like an addiction, almost like it's sort of this self-defeating pattern that you've gotten yourself into, using something that feels so good to so that you can stop paying attention to the underlying hurt and fear. And I'm actually sorry for those of you who are feeling that way. That is the sexual trauma and sexual pain and misdirected sexual energy it's the deepest of wounds for so many women around the world. And there's a lot of healing of that going on right now, but this is difficult work. And so I invite you to be very gentle and kind and loving with yourself as you work on wounds of any depth at all. Okay, so I typically do about a 9-card spread for the month, but we'll see where things go. It's very hard for me to stick to any kind of regimen just because that's not the kind of reader that I am, but we'll see. We'll start with 9 and see where we go from there. 8 of Cups. I love this deck. It's new to me, and I think the images are just absolutely beautiful. They make so much sense to me. Ooh, the World. Beautiful. I like it for you, Virgo. The Wheel. Sorry, I'll figure this out. The Wheel. The King of Wands. The 9 of Swords. There's that pain I was talking about. The 2 of Wands. The 2 of Cups. The 6 of Swords, which has come up in practically every single reading I've done for the month of April. The Queen of Pentacles. This is how I feel about you, Virgo. I'm not sure. I dabble in astrology a little bit. It's like always really hard for me to remember for some reason, like which card is associated with which, but I always think of a Virgo, the Virgos in my life when I think of the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see where we are right now, Virgo. Excuse me one second while I take a drink. I'm very thirsty. So as I sit with these cards for a moment, Virgo, I am feeling a lot of anxiety and sadness in your life right now. And I want to say that everything is going to work out. You're just deep in the cycle of death and rebirth. There is something that definitely wants to be released in your life. And whether that is a relationship or an outdated way of thinking, or a habit, a self-defeating habit that you have, there is definitely something that needs to be let go. This is you. This is you sort of walking away from the whatever it is that's causing this emotional strife in your life, this anxiety that's keeping you up at night, giving you crazy dreams, making you feel like you're stuck. You're, again, with this Six of Swords, like I feel so much, so much, almost like every time I pull this card, I just like start feeling nauseous. And like I said, it's been in so many of the other readings. And so it's possible that there's just a lot of anxiety in the collective right now because of the coronavirus and everything else that's going on. There's so much uncertainty. But I think that because that combined with this, whatever this is that you know you need to let go of and you don't really want to, is just causing extra anxiety and frustration in your life. You are spending a lot of time wondering if you just think that the grass is greener on the other side, or if your life will actually be better. You realize that you are in the middle of a cycle of change, and that you will actually be victorious in the end. Here we have the World, which is always beautiful to have in a reading where there's a great deal of change going on. You're actually being asked to connect with this sense of bravery, and to call upon it's like your independence wants to come through. There you will be called to take a leadership role in something, probably at some point in the month of April, or to even start your own thing, whether that is like a side hustle, or actually stepping into a new role altogether. There is a bravery that exists within you, and your leadership qualities will come in very handy at some point during this month. And we also have the Two of Cups. And so I feel that there is going to be a lot of synchronicity happening for you in the month of April. And so as you sit with these uncomfortable emotions, as you sit with this pain, you will have people in your life to support you. And I invite you to look for the synchronicities that are showing up in your life, and with deep gratitude at the acknowledgement that there is help, helping you sort of guide you on your path. There is help from the seen world and the unseen world. And so take the time to note that. You do have to make a choice, and this choice is causing you a lot of anxiety and pain, and I'm really sorry for that. But always, always, always during these difficult times, we never let go of something without, we're never like walking away from something without walking further into our destiny. So a lot of this, and I'm still getting a lot of this sexual energy that is that's just not feeling healthy. I'm sorry this isn't a sweeter reading for you, Virgo, but I think there's a lot of you out there who are really going through it right now. And so I would say that I would work on some meditative or yoga practices, or even just putting your hands on your abdomen. And hopefully this doesn't like sound weird to you or whatever, but like there's some healing that needs to be done in the second chakra area. And if you don't currently have the the tools to do that, then the simplest thing that you can do is lay down and put your hands on your abdomen and breathe. Breathe there, offer love to this area, and treat this area as if it were the most precious child you have ever held in your life. And acknowledge the pain. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I just feel so strongly right now that some of you are like really hurting, and there needs to be some very serious love injected into this second chakra. And so you can combine this with some visualization if you like. You can imagine that there is a white light that starts from your heart and grows and grows and grows and grows till it envelops your entire body. And then, sit in this space of love and see what comes up for you. See what comes up when that you're held in the safety and the protection of pure light that is your true nature, and see what messages come up for you. And then maybe do like a little bit of journaling about it. And if you need to, to call on, a partner to help you with this, a best friend, someone that you can dearly trust, or it's possible that you might just need to actually set up a counseling session if there is some severe trauma that you're trying to get over. But you will be victorious. As I said, you will end up sitting on your throne. It's just that you're going through it a little bit right now, a bit actually. So I want to pull some oracle cards for you, see if we can get some advice or any clarification that is needed. Whoo, man, when we're going through these times of hurt, it feels like it is never going to end. But I keep coming back to the cycle of birth and death and rebirth. And, we just keep going through these cycles in this big spiral on the way to our destiny. And so we're here to experience all the range of emotions that there are. And no emotion is bigger. There's no emotion that you can't handle. And so I want to go back to that trickster energy. It's like that frustration that you're feeling is sort of like, you don't want to acknowledge it to the outer world. You barely want to acknowledge it to yourself. And so that's why that trickster or jokester energy is coming out in you, where you're being like super ornery with people. You're trying to pretend like this pain isn't happening, and it really is. And so just be a little bit mindful about the people that are in your life, and sort of how you're being with them as you work through your pain. All right, we're going to get some advice from the Moonology cards and see what they have to say, and then we'll move on to Sacred Rebels. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goals, which is awesome. Keep up the good work. And surrender to the divine. So surrender to trust that whatever it is that you're going through right now, it is all in divine order, and you are safe to release, you are safe to let go, you are safe to surrender, and know that you are held in the loving arms of the Most High. Man, I'm feeling like so much motherly love towards you right now. Like I feel like there is a universal love that wants to hold you right now, Virgo. And so maybe you can sink into that as you work through some of this pain. This is the Sacred Rebel deck by Alana Fairchild. The artwork is by Autumn Sky, and she is one of my favorite artists. And this guidebook is really beautiful. It seems to always be right on point, and she always offers like a healing process for every card, which I think is so amazing. And so I'm going to just read all of that for you because I want you to have the benefit of this. And also, I just recommend that everyone pick this up. There will be a link in the description box below. Okay. Releasing allegiances. Again, it's all about releasing for you for this month. And if this isn't making sense to you right now, I invite you to check back at the end of the month and see sort of how things shook down for you. Okay, releasing allegiances. So yeah, it seems like this might be a relationship that you are really trying to let go of. And it doesn't even have to be a current relationship. It can be a love from your past that has, you know, caused some deep trauma that's just been hard for you to fully let go of, so that you can be in divine union with your true love, with your soulmate, which I'm feeling like is probably like already in your life or coming very soon. And I don't normally talk about soulmates, and you know, I don't typically do love readings unless it's like an individual reading for someone. But I do feel that this releasing that is happening is going to allow you to fully be in a full union with your true love. Your true love. Sorry, that sounded like so silly. I don't even know why I said that. Okay. Releasing allegiances. It's time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if that is just for a time. You have gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now. You have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness. That you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, out of the relationships and the possibilities that have been limited to that outdated frequency. It is now time to expand into a higher frequency of experience that will bring enhanced love and empowerment and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into that something new connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. It's exactly like what I was just saying. Like, you just grow stronger every time that you have to go through these periods of pain. You gain more and more knowledge, more and more wisdom, so that you can expand and like step into your destiny even further. This is really beautiful for you, Virgo, and I'm sorry that you may not be necessarily in the easiest part of this journey. Trust that you can step into solitude for some time without being consumed by loneliness. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression into the world of lists, schedules, and demands, which normally you do quite good at, Virgo. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. And there is a lot more to this, but I don't want to just like sit here reading something to you. I think you pretty much get the idea, but I do want to read the healing process just in case this resonates for you. So you're going to lie down very comfortably and relax. You can go ahead and do that right now. And say to yourself, I love my body and my body loves me. Oh, wait. I love my body and my body loves me. I trust my body and my body trusts me. I love wisdom and wisdom loves me. I trust wisdom and wisdom trusts me. Now, sense Visualize, feel, or intend that there is a beautiful emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy in it. It rises up from the earth below you and bathes your body until you are floating in an ocean of emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy within it. Let it fizz and wash around you and through you, right into the cells of your being. Finally, let it form a bubble of light around you, encasing you like an egg or shell, from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet, on either side of you, front and back. Let it be close enough that it feels protective and spacious enough that you can breathe easily. Take your time with this. And with that, Virgo, I am going to leave you to your visualization. It has been an honor to share this time with you, and I wish you so much love and joy and health and healing during this time.